back.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is Charlie and my best girlfriend Melanie, and this is the Inner Circle podcast. It is June 1st, new month. Welcome to the show, everyone. How's everyone doing? How are you, girlfriend?
Hi, I'm good.
How's everything? How's it going? How are you feeling on June 1st, the first of the
I
month?
can I just say May came and went. That is crazy. I
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It
looking
is.
forward to June, but I feel like it's just gonna get hotter, which sucks because I hate sweating. But I'm looking forward to the summer, and I don't know. I feel like this June is probably gonna be different, like weather-wise. It's not gonna be like today was kind of like overcasty, kind of like chilly. So I don't
And
expect
yesterday
it to
was a
be.
freaking Satan's vagina. And today
Yeah,
was a little like chilly, overcast. Definitely feel that.
and
So how
it's
was your
raining
Memorial
right
weekend?
now.
Yeah, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I spent Memorial Day with my mom and sister and in Jersey. So it was cute. It was a cute little moment. But I kind of wish I was doing something. Like I kind of wish we would have gone to like a barbecue, like had a cookout, done something like fun. But I saw you were out and about in a place I know way too well that I am glad I didn't go. No, let me stop. Because I really do. I really did enjoy going to DC
You
a
like
lot.
DC. Yeah, you
Yeah,
you
man.
enjoy DC. Let's
Yeah.
not let let's not let certain individuals who may inhabit the state. Hey, roaches are everywhere, you know what I mean, as well. So we can't let certain individuals like make us hate a place. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
No, and it's been a long time. I don't, well, that's a lie. I was in DC like, when did I go to Virginia? Like last
A
month.
few weeks ago. Listen, you're becoming a little travel person too. So it's like Chicago a few weeks
I am, but
ago,
it's not, I know,
Virginia,
but it's not
even
places
if
that
it's
I
work.
actually, I know, but it's not places that I really want to go. Like Chicago was great, but it was like, I want to go somewhere tropical and warm.
Listen, do you think during my layovers when I was a flight attendant, I wanted to be in Jacksonville, freaking Florida, where all the hicks and country bumpkins with missing teeth? No, I don't think so. But
Oh my God.
I
Speaking of
enjoyed it.
flight
I think
attendant, today's National Flight
it
Attendant
was
Day.
yesterday. It was yesterday. It
Oh,
was
I was.
yesterday. And that's a flight attendant. Yeah, and I had to post never forget because many people may not know that I once flew the friendly skies, and hopefully one day soon again. But DC was fun. It happened to be Pride, which I didn't know when we decided to go to DC. Me and my guy, we were like, okay. I said we're gonna go to DC at the end of the month. I'm gonna do something for Memorial, and as we're booking, then we're finding out that it's like, oh, Pride's going on, and we're like, okay, because I didn't even plan that. We honestly didn't even plan it. You know what I mean? I'm no longer at the phase like I was in my early 20s, where everything I had to do, especially vacations, had to be gay. You wouldn't understand, but I did live that life, especially my early
Me?
20s. It's like
Bitch, I'm a
everything
beard.
I did. Everything like I had to do back then in the early 20s, like vacation, little trip wise, had to like be gay or whatever. And it's like now I'm like that's not my main focus, but it so happens it was gay pride, and we enjoyed ourselves. We still did regular things. We didn't enjoy ourselves like everything gay. We did regular stuff. We went sightseeing. It wasn't. I've been there plenty of times, but it was my guy's first time. So
But
took a sightseeing,
but
the White
like,
House, and all that good stuff.
what is DC like during Pride?
Honestly, again, we didn't get that. We didn't do anything crazy. Like here you go to a certain place and you see like all the crowds and stuff. We didn't. We went out. We went to some bars. Um, we went to a certain club. Oh, I forgot to tell you, but I'm glad I'm telling you for the first time here. I really forgot to tell you. We've been forgetting to tell each other a lot of things. And then
Yep.
I met Mariah Balenciaga at
Okay.
Karma Club, at the Karma Club in DC. And
Did you take
first
a
of
picture?
all, you know what? I was gonna take. She wasn't in drag. She was actually working the doors in out of drag. Yes, girl. Yes. So
Bitch,
I'm
it's
like,
a
ooh, times are tough.
recession.
Ooh, good bitch. uh, Yes, I thought the same thing. I'm like, I even told my guy, he doesn't really do drag race. It doesn't. There could be like 50 bitches of drag race right in front of him, and he won't know because he's not really into it. But I'm like, and then I
And
finally told him, I'm like,
the thing with Mariah Balenciaga, he, whatever, she has like a distinct face.
yeah,
Like,
those fellas,
mm,
baby. But so I'm like, wait a minute, it has to be her. And she said, yes, it's me. She was working the table out of drag, and it was at Karma Club, which I've seen other drag queens promote Karma Club. I've seen Tatiana, who's from Washington D.C., promote
yeah,
Karma.
she has.
And listen, we were excited to go, but I'm sorry, I apologize to the DCers. I'm not shitting on anyone, and I'm not shitting on anyone
Wash.
who promotes or runs Karma. But Karma was a bust. They charged $40 at the door, $60 for VIP, and it was a major bust Sunday. I
Ain't
don't know if
nobody
everyone
trying
was
to go to the
tired.
club to get COVID.
I don't, no. If you would have seen the night before at a different club, which was actually not too far from the vicinity of Karma, the videos, like it was packed. It was the night before Saturday. But
Yeah.
I figured there would be parties and going on all week, but no, it was a bust. And DC also is not much like New York. Like things over there, like close at a certain time as well. It's like a lot of times when I'm out of New York, I feel like Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. We're
That's
not
how
in
I felt when I
Kansas
went to
anymore.
Jersey.
Like,
Yeah.
don't you feel that way? Like, you feel like you're not in Kansas anymore. Everything just like the Uber, the list take like 15 minutes to come. New York, they're like there in 2 minutes.
2 minutes,
You
yeah.
know, things close like mad early, while New York, things like you can get food at this time. So, but I still enjoy DC. One of my favorite spots to eat, one of the best pizzas, and I'm so glad I was able to introduce it to my guy because he's a foodie and a critic himself, and he agreed it was an amazing pizza. DuPont Pizza, if you're ever in DC, check it out. It's one of my favorite pizzas. Oh,
I've been there.
oh, oh. Wait, DuPont Pizza, you've had it?
Yes, bitch. Many times I've been there.
But no, but did you have DuPont Pizza from DuPont
Yes.
Pizza?
Yes.
What did you
I've
think
hung
of
out
it?
in DuPont's circle. I thought it was fine. I'm not like, when it comes to pizza, I'm not like, oh my God. To me, pizza's all the same. The only one that I
No.
can taste and be like, oh, this tastes nasty is the dollar ones. That's it.
Domino's too. You cannot sit there and be like, oh, Domino's tastes like every pizza. No. Pizza Hut, you can't say, oh, Pizza Hut tastes like every pizza.
I
Little
haven't had
Caesars, you
Pizza
can't say it
Hut for
tastes like
like 10 years. Little Caesars is
exactly.
greasy as fuck. But I'm saying, to me, pizza
I
is
know what
like
you mean.
pizza. It's not something that I'm like, oh my God, one is better than the other. Now, burgers, I can differentiate which is a good burger and which is a bad burger. I'm a burger
You see,
slut. Wait, so
there you go.
I
Yeah,
have a
go.
question though. When it comes to Pride, aside from New York, do you think that what other city has a good Pride? Like, I know you're gonna say Miami, but like, do you think that Providence Pride was better than DC Pride? I'm trying to be funny. Oh, bitch, he's sipping his fucking drink.
um, no, absolutely not. I do have to give some roses, maybe a little bit of petals where it's due to
Yeah.
Providence. Providence has gotten better with their prides. I feel a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the block. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like maybe the block parties and such. But you know, listen, anywhere that has pride and celebrates being free and love and stuff, kudos. I'm here for it. You know, but there's some that I would skip
Golf
or,
claps.
better than others. You know what I'm saying? There's some that I would skip over others, but um, yeah, Miami's a good one. I do enjoy Miami.
Miami's
I
always
would say
top two.
Atlanta. I've been to an Atlanta pride, but Atlanta's on a whole nother level because Atlanta has like two prides. They have one like in Martin Luther King, some weird pride, and then they have another one like in September. I'm like, damn, how many fucking prides are there?
Wait,
Like, yeah, I just want
they have.
reasons to fucking be
Hold
debauchery.
on. They have a Martin Luther King Pride.
They have a pride around Martin Luther King weekend. Yes, they do. And then they have one like in September.
Is there something in the history books that I missed out about Martin Luther King?
I don't know.
Cause
Well,
que sepa yo,
remember
he's straight.
one of his best advisors was a gay Pisces man who like advised him for a lot of things and led him also, and he was more behind the scenes. But
Hmm.
that said, not. But yeah, so Atlanta has like two prides. Atlanta's another good pride. It's another good pride. Miami was fun too. I've never been to LA Pride. I would like to go to LA Pride and just check it
LA
out and
Fans
see
is
what
gonna
it's
be
about.
super pretentious, but that would be cool to check. You know what I was thinking? Maybe even like a southern type of pride, Nashville.
Yeah, I've never been to a Southern Pride. I've never been to that. But New
The
York
most
Pride. I
southern
mean,
would be
we're here in New
Miami.
York.
I
We
know.
yeah, yeah. But why do Florida is definitely in the South, but why do I not look at Florida as South South?
Because
Do
Florida
you,
is a
is it? Am I the only
metropolis.
one?
Miami is a metropolis. And when you think of Miami, you think of all the Latin infused culture. So you don't really get the southern roots in there.
Gotcha,
There are, but in other parts of Florida.
gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I guess the upper Floridas, like we mentioned earlier, the Tallahassees,
Mm. Jacksonville.
Tallahassee,
Yeah,
the
Tallahassee's up there.
Jacksonvilles and stuff. Yeah. Um, but
Mm-mm.
Pride. With that being said, also with Pride Month, I was. It wasn't even June 1st because obviously Pride Month is now June 1st, kicking off now. Happy Pride to all our people and allies and everyone. But with that being said, I even posted on my story this week the Oreo rainbow cookies. Advertisers, listen, Pride is not brought to you by T-Mobile or Verizon or American Eagle or
What
Baby
is it?
Gap
Rainbow
trying to sell gay
washing?
things. Like, yeah, hey, I've never heard that, but it's a term that we could use. Like, it's just a little disheartening how like all these companies now all want to come and be like, "Yay,
Hi,
hi
gay.
gay," and put like jigs and put rainbows all over their windows. Where it's like low key, here you guys are donating to like fund anti-gay shit. It's like it's just very disheartening, and I just think it's whack that the last few years Pride has become like a money vulture for advertisers and companies. Like, how do you
Everything's
feel about that
mainstream. I
from a
like I
straight
said,
perspective?
the gay gods are pissed off at us. No, but I'm so happy that when we worked retail, it wasn't like as rainbow washed as it is now because I would be
It
super pissed
wasn't.
off. But
It
I
wasn't.
feel like everything is a marketing tool nowadays, and all these like stores that do the rainbow. That's the thing. Like really, like your way of like standing with the gays or being all about pride and proud is by putting stamping a rainbow or putting like bright colors. There's some gay there's some gay people or LGBT people community that don't even like that. So I don't know. I think that's not cute. Like I remember Adidas did like bright ass shoes, different color like tracksuits. It was too much. Mm-mm.
To me, is I don't listen. Show your support in different ways. Companies like you're trying to make money off of us. It is not cute. It's not cute. Like I really feel like show your support in different ways. Donate big amounts of money to you know trans people who need shelter and having the words because or you know
I don't even think donating
abuse.
is enough. I think also, you know how they have the affirmative action and they have people of the LGBT community be like
Yep,
hired in your companies and like not have bullshit level jobs like higher
exactly.
ups.
Thank you for
I
that.
haven't seen a
Yep.
trans CEO. I haven't heard of a uh
Hmm.
I'm trying to go through the abbreviations. But like yeah, I haven't heard anything like
Yeah.
that. So
I don't know. Well, we'll see. Listen, it's not going to take away from the fact that we are going to celebrate and live free and proud and just shout out to everyone out there who are living their authentic self. And if you're not, listen, there's always time. It's never too late. Like I said in one of my nuggets, you set goals or whatever, but it's never too late to do what you got to do. So Welcome to Pride Month, people. We should have coming out month.
I only
We
care about
really
the
should.
music during this time because like the best bops come out during this time. If you think
Are
about it.
you going to be celebrating New York's festivities when it rolls around?
Do I have a choice? It depends. Are we gonna be celebrating New York festivities?
That's a good question. I will see myself. Listen,
Are
last year I
you're
was a little
turning into
bahumba.
like you remind me of the oh my god, what is that movie with
I
Robin
think I know what you're
Williams, The
gonna say.
Birdcage?
Uh-huh.
Where like these older gay guys, they're just so anti like festivities, anti anything gay, like anything
I'm turning it. Well,
entertaining. You're giving me that vibe.
well, no. Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. Because again, it's just it's not my everything anymore. It's just like I know what it could give. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting older, and there's just so many other aspects of things and other things I want to accomplish. It's just like it's just not my everything. It's not
It's
my
fine.
everything.
I'll just
I've
hang out with
done it
friends
before.
that, yeah, exactly. Even me as like an ally or like your best friend, I've been there, done that. So to me, it's like, okay, another parade, cool. But I sometimes feel like because we missed 2 years, we have to like make up for that.
Absolutely no, and that's how I feel about this whole summer in general. Like Memorial Weekend was an unofficial kickoff of summer. I look at it like that. Just like Labor Day is the unofficial end of summer, and
Yeah.
we were talking about it earlier. It's just like I keep praying about it. I really do, as corny as it sounds, because I want to keep my mental health focused to like you know be out there. And like you said, it's been 2 years and put ourselves out there and myself out there. And not you know what I'm saying because we talk behind the scenes of how I feel about certain things and being out there. But I'm ready to enjoy this summer. I'm looking forward to this summer, and so far, good spirits, and I'm trying to keep my spirits there, and I'm excited. So we'll see. This weekend seems to be a fun one for us, God willing. It happens and materializes that way, because shit always changes. But we'll see. But let's get into some circle talk right now. There's been a lot going on. We told you guys we will keep you guys up to date with the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp. We'll definitely get into that. But first, let's start off circle talk with some sad news. Unfortunately, if you don't know who Master P is, No Limit and his son Romeo, they announced this past weekend, unfortunately, that his daughter Tatiana, 29 years old, died from an apparent overdose that also ties into mental health. Master P goes on to say that this her death will not be in vain, and that more now than ever he wants to highlight substance abuse and mental health, and help families out there. So even though he's going through this big loss for his own daughter, he's thinking about ways that he could help others in this situation. So I think that's very admirable. And again, back to mental health. We just came off from a month that was Mental Health Awareness Month. You just said you just found out about this news. How do you feel about this, Melanie?
But what kind of overdose was it?
Right, they're doing a toxicology report, and
Okay.
they'll
Sick.
find out. But we know that fentanyl has been the dead silent killer as of late, and
I,
we're gonna need some time, as they said, to find out exactly what it was. But definitely there was some drug paraphernalia, and Master P admitted that his daughter was struggling with substance abuse. So
so I think everyone is kind of hiding behind mental health as a reasoning to doing things, whether it's like committing suicide or overdosing or doing too many drugs or doing drugs at all, which, yes, it plays a factor, but also we can't hide behind the fact that there is a substance abuse problem in America and overall in the world. So,
no, I agree with that. But something that while reading his what he said too, and a lot of people don't understand, and I've read this too, and just things that I try to like educate myself with, is that it kind of does. I like that you said that some people are hiding behind it, but I also do think it does play a hand in hand of substance abuse and mental health, because what's happening a lot is, and I'm no expert, but again, this is my readings and my cheatings of trying to learn. A lot of people don't know they have issues, or have issues but haven't gotten diagnosed correctly from a doctor, and some people self-medicate. You know what I mean? There is a lot of people out there that are self-medicating, and
Yeah.
to cover up. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact this happens. You know what I mean? I know for a fact some people do self-medicate and turn to substance because of whatever reason. So I see both sides. I see both sides. But do you think that was the play? Do you think in this case it was a mental abuse and it was more substance, or?
I definitely think if it had to do with an overdose, it had to be with substance abuse. Granted, there could have been mental health issues there underlining, and I hate that I'm bringing up this um statement now, being that someone just died. But I had this conversation actually a couple nights ago with my friend, and I was just saying that I feel that mental health is becoming like very mainstream to me. For a person who actually believes in mental health and practices it by going to therapy, I feel like a lot of people are hiding behind that and just trying to like clout chase and be like, oh, yes, I'm all about mental health. But they're also detrimental to other people's mental health.
Oof, that's a whole that's a different category
And
right there.
leave it to
That's very
Sergio and
true.
Joe to like say the funniest shit when something bad happens. He's like, it ain't my fault. That's a good song though. Shout out to Mystical. But yeah, back to like mental health. I feel like a lot of people are bringing it up, especially during the month that it was, but also like practice what you preach,
Mhm.
because the same people could be toxic as fuck. The same people
I
have
get what you mean.
like they're throwing rocks at a glass house, or they're basically being detrimental to other people's health.
But the other, and to add to that too is, people want to practice mental health, but what are you doing for your mental health? You
Exactly.
know what
What are
I'm
you doing
saying?
for
Like, what are
other people's
you
mental
doing
health
for
also?
yeah, for yourself, and to also be that energy that for other people's mental health? Yeah,
And I
exactly like you
think when
said.
I first moved to New York, well, not when I moved back, I noticed that like people would just be like, "Oh, I have a therapist," and "Oh, it's the latest trend," all this shit, and like make it
That's
seem like
true.
that was the rich thing to do, and it's like you shouldn't
That's true.
glorify like going to therapy. You shouldn't glorify talking about mental health. You should do it because you want to get better, not because
Be an
it's the
advocate
it
for it.
thing. Exactly. And I
Yeah.
feel like there's not a lot of advocates. It's a lot of people that bullshit. So when I
Yeah.
hear people like practicing mental health, but then they're posting things that are contradictory to what they're preaching about, I look at you funny.
Yeah. That's true. It's true. But moving on from Master P, our condolences to Master P and his whole family and this, situations. Never easy losing a loved one, and it's just sad all around. Sad all around to have to hear about
Very.
this. 29 years old, so young, still so young. Um, Moving on to Matthew Morrison, if that brings a bell to anyone.
Who
Let's
that?
just say you who there? Who's that?
Who is that?
Matthew Morrison. Well, if you guys remember the good old show Glee, Matthew Morrison was a one of the main characters of Glee, and he was a judge for this current season of So You Think You Can Dance. That all came to a screeching halt on Friday when Matthew Morrison himself resigned due to different, basically as he put it, not following protocols from his contract. Well, the weekend went by and more came out of those protocols that he didn't follow. Basically, he was sending inappropriate text messages to a female contestant. This female contestant has not been,
Was she of
her
age?
identity has not been. She's of age. But her information has not been released. And
Mm.
basically, yeah. So as we know, Matthew Morrison is married with kids, who's always online gushing about his wife and kids.
These
You
hoes
know,
ain't loyal.
what are your thoughts with this? And yeah, what are your thoughts? What do you say?
Men ain't shit. I'm kidding.
What do
The
you
only thing
say?
The only thing that I can think of, honestly, is like that show Glee has been a train wreck. Like fucking sexual predators,
Yeah, the
people,
dude, what's his name?
the
And he
the
killed
drug
himself.
overdose guy, Leah Michelle was a fucking
Naya,
bitch.
unfortunately.
Naya Rivera, like, and now this guy, like, train wreck. I never watched that shit. I only watched one episode because Britney Spears was there. Other than that,
I only watched 2 episodes of Glee, and it was the 2 Britney Spears episodes that they
she
had.
was.
That's
Oh,
it.
she had two. Oh, I'd only seen
Yeah, they
one.
did two. They did two. She was in one of them, and the other one she wasn't. But yeah, those were the only 2 episodes I've seen. I mean, listen, is it
What
in your
he's
contract?
doing, look, if he was single or divorced or separated, okay, fine, whatever, do what you want. But the whole thing, my only issue is the whole like being married with children and doing that. That's disrespectful, obviously, to his wife. But
Well, my issue, I thought of it. I'm like, but damn, was it in? Is it in the contract? I mean, we don't know the contract, but is it really in your contract that you
no
can't really like?
fraternizing.
I guess like a job. Like I remember working at Abercrombie and Fitch, and they're like, no fraternizing when I was like 18, 19, and I'm like, huh? But yeah, I guess, but I mean, the dude is married. That's the thing. You're married with kids. But that aside, if he wasn't, inappropriate flirty text messages, it wasn't overtly like nothing has been released that he
How they
was
found out?
lewd and crude. Because the female contestant came forward that she felt uncomfortable.
Oh, then that's fucked up. Yeah. I thought she was like enticing him or like they were actually like
Uh,
on the same page. No, then yeah, that's fucked up. Mm-mm.
my take on it is it was flirt. I don't know, and this sounds so bad, but it was just flirty text messages. He
No,
didn't send
that
no dick
if they're
pictures.
unwarranted, no, no means no.
But did she ever say no?
You,
Did she
no
say?
means
Did
no
she ever
means
say
nothing
no?
to a gay man, but
No, I mean no does mean something to me, but
yeah, okay.
um, my thing is flirtatious text to get fired just because of flirtatious text. I get like him sending his dong
I
picture
feel like he
to
was
her
doing
or
his.
propositions or but
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe they're like, what's that expression? Tapando el sol con un dedo. She was probably getting more than just flirty text messages, and he was probably doing more under the table. But for the media, they probably just made it seem like he was just sending unwarranted flirty text messages. Because like there is a block option on your phone, you could just block him. But
true that, true that. But moving on from that, I mean, good luck to Matthew Morrison and his Glee stuff or whatever, and good
fuck
luck with your
him.
wife. I know, right? Good luck with your wife. But anyways, moving on to a case, a news topic that we've been covering here at the Inner Circle podcast for a few weeks ago, and we told you we'll keep you guys updated. And finally, after a month or so of the soap opera that was Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, we finally reached a verdict today. And on our Instagram, if you're not following
Hallelujah.
on Instagram, the Inner Circle Podcast, just like you see written here on your screen, make sure you're on Instagram following us. We put up a poll, and I'm asking you guys, whose team are you on? And by a landslide, and Johnny Depp. And this, listen, for the mankind, for men, although I'm a feminist, Melody, and you know that,
Yeah.
but since the Me Too movement, and everything for the last, I would say, maybe good 6, 7 years of Me Too and women coming forward, and a lot of men having to face Harvey Weinstein. I'm looking at you, Bill Cosby. Well, you got out, but the devil, God will deal with you. R. Kelly,
Jeffrey
you're still
Epstein.
dealing with it. Yeah, so I love that a lot of men have had to deal and face the consequences of their inappropriateness and fucked upness.
Yeah.
With this being said, not all men, I feel, not all men are wrong, and I feel some women have jumped on this bandwagon of the Me Too and I'm a woman, so they're gonna believe me wagon. So I feel in this case with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, finally it reached a point where people are like, no, 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 no. There's not gonna be another man where like we just gonna believe the woman all the way. And from celebrities to just what I read online and everything, because I study and gather all this information from what I'm reading. a lot of people are Team Johnny and was going for him. And I'm sorry, but I started watching clips on YouTube of this trial, and I even sent you some shit that had me dying. I'm like, yo, this is an entertaining soap opera. And I was Team Johnny too. This bitch, I'm sorry, Amber Heard is a narcissist. I don't know. There's something about me, and I'm intuitive, that I just felt like she is putting on a performance. So I'm glad that Johnny Depp came out victorious with his win, where Amber Heard has to pay him up to over $8 million.
15.
But, oh, there you go. But it's a little confusing, and I don't know if you read this too as well, Melanie, where she also won a countersuit for
She
$2 million.
countersued and she's getting 2 million, but
Yes.
Johnny Depp is getting 15. Listen, because I feel like, you know how Maury has the dance where everyone's like, you're not the father, and all the non-fathers get up and do the dance. I feel like men all over the world are jumping around for this celebration.
And women too.
Yeah, women too. And I was rooting for Johnny Depp, but the more that I watched it, and I didn't just watch clips, I seen the whole shit, because we both have Court TV on our cable. Anyway, I feel, after watching and doing the verdict and stuff, and the little fake lawyer in me, I felt like this was a zoo from the start. Like this trial got mad coverage, and it was like beyond. It was way worse than OJ. It was the worst. What other trial was crazy besides this one? This one has been the most insane.
This one was even crazier than Bill Cosby's.
Yeah, but my thing is, I feel like Johnny Depp may have been a victim too, but he also kind of, in some ways, antagonized, like, not antagonized, but kind of like lived off the applause from everyone and all the support. Like, he would come to the courthouse like with blasting reggae music, and he would be like having a photo op with people. And I get that he was feeling like in better spirits because of everything that was going on, and like the commonality was him basically winning and people supporting him. But I also feel like he also did things to Amber Heard that caused her to react the same way. And all these memes that are like, oh, you have to have a good wife, you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have a good wife, then you're gonna be horrible. Okay, you need a good husband too. All the bum ass niggas that have no say are the ones that are like, yeah, Johnny Depp, he's rooting for us because we go through shit. Women are fucked up. Like, it's both sides.
It's reciprocal. Yeah, it's both sides.
She's fucking crazy. Who shits on a bed? That's fucking crazy to me. Listen, the jury should have all looked at her and been like, oh, you're fucking nuts for that. And the jury was all young college guys.
For real?
Yes, bitch.
How many women was on there? Wait, how many women were on that jury?
They were all college men from, I mean, Georgetown and all those fucking colleges that are there in the DC area. Oh, yeah, it was Georgetown, in Fairfax. DC. So, I mean, it was going to go towards him. But also, I'm glad that I'm glad that the outcome was both, like, they both got reprimanded somehow. Because I feel like Johnny Depp has to take some responsibility too. Like, he could be a sweetheart and people see him from like back in the day. But I don't think
I used to have such a big crush on Johnny Depp. Like, he was so fine back then. And even like well into maybe the early 2000s, him and the Brad Pitts.
And I don't like his accent. His accent made me like, I know. It sure does, bitch.
No, like, listen, let me stop. We gotta be nice. We wouldn't want like the reversal. But
oil don't spoil.
Jesus Christmas. Like, I used to have such a crush, and like now it's like, ooh, him, Brad Pitt. There's a few where I'm like, ooh. But Amber Heard goes on to say this, and I quote, "I'm sad I lost this case, but I'm sadder still that I seem to have lost a right I thought I had as an American to speak freely and openly." Bitch. Speaking freely and openly and lies are not free. Like, doesn't mean we're going to believe you. The fact of the matter is, you're right, Melanie. It takes two to tango. Like in any relationship, it takes two to tango, for a toxic relationship. people want to point out, oh, you're more toxic, you're more toxic. No, if someone, listen, if one of them wasn't toxic, there'll be the calming voice like, baby, this or that. But like, oftentimes people just try to point the finger at the other, like, no, you're worse, and you made me feel this way, or you're this way. But it's like, it's toxic on both ways. I personally think they both had their toxic ways. Do I think
They
she
sure
was more
did.
crazier? Do I think she wanted more of this fame and got with him with a certain kind of view and thought a certain way? Absolutely, I do think that. But within the relationship, he also selected her. He also selected a crazy bitch. So it
Yep.
goes to show of what he's selecting, and it takes two to tango. Like everything, it takes two to tango. So
And
I'm
look at the
glad the
age
case is
difference
over.
too.
The age difference too, yeah.
I'm
The
glad that
age
this is
difference.
over because this circus was too
It was a
much.
zoo.
And
It
like,
definitely was a circus. Taken away from important matters. And I'm sorry, I thought about this too a few weeks ago, Melanie. I'm like, here we are, one of the biggest actors in, the American, for years and
Willy
whatever
Wonka,
she is.
fuck.
And here we are, all these things are happening through the month of May. Sad, fucked up things happening in America. But yet, the big focus is this trial. And it's sad because it's like, damn, this is the main focus that we're focusing on. That's taken away from what we should be focusing on. This, and this. Hello, Uvalde, Texas. What just happened? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it goes to show what we as media
It's
and
not
America
even
and the
that.
world.
Not to cut you off, but also like everyone just fucking forgot about women's and with the abortion
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this fucking bullshit that they have in the Senate. Like everyone talked about it for 5 minutes and then they were like, oh well, now back to the Met Gala. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. But if you're a Johnny Depp fan, I'm sure you're celebrating. Pop your Pirates of the Caribbean on.
He's not gonna be
Um,
on it again.
and well, I heard he landed his first major movie deal since the whole thing, but I also heard she landed a movie deal. Listen, good luck to both of them, and good luck to whoever is their next spouses. Let's just put it like that. Anyways, let's move on. Last week, before we get into the meme of the week, we're bringing it back. We haven't done this in a little bit to discuss a meme. But last week, we thanked you guys so much for 101 subscribers. We passed the 100 mark. And like we explained, we rebooted the YouTube, the Inner Circle podcast. We rebooted the YouTube, which we did started in November. And to reach
Revamped it.
100, revamped it. Yeah, revamped. And to reach 100 in less than a year, like 7 months, meant a lot. But we didn't notice also, we've been doing this for 2 years. 2 years. 2 years we've been doing this. We didn't talk about this last week, and it's crazy. Melanie, although you were initially part of the
I was the
the
moderator.
show, but you were initially part of the behind the scenes of what kind of kickstarted
Sure was.
this podcast. Because back in 2020, as we know, we were all doing Zoom parties and Zoom, make my heart go boom, boom. You remember that?
Boom.
My
Yeah.
supernova girl.
Oh my
I'm
god,
showing
you're
my
dating
age.
yourself.
I'm showing my age. But listen, we were all doing Zoom parties and all that stuff, and it was us as a group. It was you, the original three hosts, yourself, my brothers, friends, doing these big Zoom parties where we would all just jump on and talk our shit and just like
It all
remember
started
that?
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
shit lasted, that little Zoom party lasted till like 2, 3 in the morning.
It will go, yeah, sometimes it will go way earlier. Sometimes I will tap out and then I will hear about not the after party like on Zoom. And it
was
was
fun.
those Zoom parties that kind of was the kickstart of and talk of starting the podcast. And here we are 2 years later. So that's awesome. Here we are. So we just wanted to throw that out there. And now let's get to this meme of the week, Melanie. So this is the turf. So I am going to let you have it and let the people have it and let's discuss.
So Our meme of the week is basically a segment that we like to dissect memes that we find on social media and discuss whether we agree or disagree or what we think it means. So this is one that I felt that resonated with me. So it says, why is it so offensive for a man to ask a woman what she brings to the table? I don't think it's offensive at all. I think it's a very valid question because women are more vocal and more open about asking and pressing men to answer that question in regards to what they bring to the table. But I feel like females should also be questioned as well. I don't think a female should be coasting or depending or much less evaluating or choosing men based on like what they bring to the table. You have to bring, if you're gonna want to be with a man that brings things to the table, you have to bring just as much, if not sometimes more, because you never know. It's a
This,
balance. It's checks and balances. Sometimes like you could bring more, and then something happens where you end up having to be the provider, and vice versa. So I don't think it's offensive at all. What do you think?
when you initially sent me this, I read it and I'm like, why is it so offensive? I don't. I agree. I don't think it's offensive. I think in a world where we're trying to progress and have women equal rights, and women continue saying they want to be equal and such, like I don't think it's a bad question to ask. Like if we're asking men, and if we're, I feel, and for the women's defense, to defend women,
I
women have
love
been
that you
programmed.
defend the women, and I'm the opposite. But go ahead.
Listen, I'm a Pisces. I have that masculine, feminine duality. Women have been programmed. Let's go back years ago. Like, listen, even women didn't have rights. Women have been programmed to be a certain way and follow the men, etc., etc. So, with that being said, my fellas, my men listening to the podcast, we can't be so hard. I mean, yes, we are moving forward, but we have to remember also, just like with other things that we've been programmed, women have also been programmed to look at the man of what could he do for me? Is he making this many figures? Is he going to be able to provide? And we have kids and stuff. So I get it how some men are like, yo, women are gold diggers, what is for me? But remember, women have been programmed that men are the ones that are going to take care of them, and they have to find the men and and put their best foot forward and look good and all this stuff, so they could find a quality man that's going to wipe them up and take care of them. You know what I'm saying? So we have to remember it goes back to history and what has been
And
programmed. With that
sometimes
being
history
said,
is not. Sometimes history is not like accurate. And there's a couple of
accurate, of course
comments.
not, but
There's a couple of conflicting comments
read them,
on
please.
the comment section. So never stressing. Hi, Danny. What does a woman bring to the table other than cooking and cleaning? Like people think it's so big. Yes, there are some men who think that they just want a female that just cooks and cleans and is a mother figure or a housewife, and they're content with that. But then there are other men that actually want more from their partner and wants to have like equal value. And then Daniel, hi Daniel, so many Daniels on the chat. He thinks that the question doesn't need to be asked. It's weird in general. You can see clearly what a person brings to the table, and if they have it and aren't bringing it genuinely, they don't belong in the table. So also he said, damn Daniel, you're talking about gender roles, Charlie, and I agree that it's all based on your upbringing. Yes, it could be based on your upbringing, but I feel like it shouldn't really be based on your upbringing, because at the end of the day, you can't expect someone to bring less than you. You're gonna feel inadequate.
Yeah.
I think everyone, it just has to be fair. All's fair in love and war.
Listen, but the thing is, with our day, I'm now thinking today, and women love to carry themselves as I'm independent, I could do things, blah blah
Yeah.
blah, this and that on my
Yep.
own.
Yes, the fuck we can.
And I think it's a fair question nowadays to ask. And if any woman gets offended by that question, then I'm sorry, but you're living in the old age, and you still have that
Yeah,
mentality of, you know. But with that said,
insecurity.
okay, you're living in the old age. You get wiped up by a man who's going to take care of you. Then expect for you to just be at the house with the 5 kids. Your man showing up at late. Expect the cheating maybe sometimes too. Like if that's the way you want to live and live in that old age, then expect some of the stupid shit that comes with living in the old age. Because you know it's true.
I want to clarify something though, because Daniel just asked if it's monetarily. No, it's not about financial. I'm not talking about financial. I think it's valid for a woman to be asked that question because there's much more than just cooking and cleaning that a woman can provide. It doesn't just have to be financials. It could be
Emotional support.
compatibility, emotional support, mental health, like being there for the person, like just being all around like compatible with the
Mhm.
person. It doesn't necessarily have to be because you could be with someone who makes lots of money, but mentally you guys are not in the same realm. So it doesn't have to do
Well,
with
just
finance.
that support. Just that support. We had, you know, a few weeks ago, and he's coming up. Our friend, Squeeze Juicery. We have somebody guess. Yeah. Well,
Ronell,
right now, yeah, and he talked about his wife
his
and
wife,
the
yeah.
support that she gives him while he's trying to start his, you know, going through his entrepreneurship and starting his company. So even in the sense of that, the support, you know, someone starting a business that maybe may not be as, not saying that for him, but just anyone speaking, as lucrative at the beginning or whatever it may seem, but that constant support of baby continue doing it and stuff, it many things. It's not just monetary, it's many things. So, you know, that's a fair question, and I think women shouldn't get mad. It's a fair question to ask. It's a question to ask anyone. We're souls. You know what I mean? We're put into whatever gender bodies, but we are souls. So it's fair to ask each other if we're gonna come in or try to come into, you know, a relationship. What do you bring to the table, no
Also,
matter
if
female
you're
or
if
male?
right, and also if you're secure within yourself and you know what you bring, that question won't even be asked. I've never been asked that question.
No. Well, I've
Hell
never been
no.
asked that
Look at
question,
me.
but there's different ways that people like. So what do you do? But
I
anyways, that's
mean,
what to
there's
me.
a difference. Asking like, what do you do? That's getting to know someone. But you could physically and like kind of sort of get the vibe that a person what they bring just by
Yeah.
interacting with them.
I don't want to bring up any certain scenarios and get people away. But anyway, that was a good one. We haven't
But
done a discussion of the meme in a while, so glad to do that. But now let's get into in a circle get podcast. We like to play games, so it's time for a game, a good game of this or that. We haven't done this or that in a while, and
my
here we
fave.
go. This is a random this or that, Melanie. So are you ready for this random ass this or that?
Sure.
And you circle friends at home, participate with us. We love to see when you comment, whether we read it live or go back and read it afterward. We love to see your participation. So here we go. This or that, talk or text?
Text.
Text. Jinx. Text. You said it at the same time. Text.
I like talking. Don't get me wrong. I like talking, but I feel like I could get a lot done texting. No, that's a
I'm a
lie.
text
I
guy.
just like texting.
I'm a text guy.
I
I'm a
like
text
doing
guy. I'm
both. I like
sorry.
doing both. It depends on the person.
Lake or beach?
Beach. I can't swim, bitch.
Beach, yeah. Beach for me. Text for me, beach for me. Summer or winter?
I'm a
Summer.
winter baby, so automatically I have to say summer. Can you put fall in there?
No, it's the opposite spectrum. Summer, winter.
Fine,
The
summer.
opposite spectrum would be
I
fall or
need a
spring.
tan.
Um, beef or pork?
Beef or pork?
I knew this one. I knew this one.
Why would you
You was gonna have
ask?
to think about that one. I
You
knew
know
you was gonna
what?
think about that.
I will say beef only because there's more variety and of yeah, steak. I'm a steak.
I would
Mm.
say, ooh, no.
Pork I
You
could
know
only
what? I
eat
have
during
to say,
Thanksgiving. Pernil.
no. For me, it would have to be pork because
Mm-mm.
if I had to stop eating meats or like steaks, because steaks could be a little,
So is pork.
get you a
Doesn't
little.
pork
No, but
doesn't pork take
I
7 years to digest or some shit?
but don't say that, girl. But no.
Pork
But listen to
rinds.
me. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Oh yeah, well, that's something I gave up for the month. Goes. But if I have to eliminate all meat and do like some keto shit and just like have some type of thing, it will be bacon. Because I will put bacon in my
Oh
salads with
no.
anything else. So I will keep pork. Because I will eliminate steaks, beef, whatever, burgers. I will eliminate the pork
Mm.
chops if I need, but I will keep bacon.
Nope.
So pork for me. Dog or cat?
Dog, hello.
Dog, yeah.
I don't like
Although
cats. Cats are
my
demons. Sorry, Joe.
bus or train? Train.
Bus? It
Train.
depends what type of bus, but I like the bus. I even like
The
the
train
little
for me.
public bus. No,
The
not the
train
train.
for me.
Mm-mm.
Miami or Fort Lauderdale?
When I was younger, I would say Miami. Now that I'm older, I would say Fort Lauderdale. It's a little
Oh,
classier. Even though Florida's not classy at all, but
same. Oh my God, same. We're showing our age. The things, listen, people, for our younger
bitch,
viewers,
we should be the
you
Golden
may
Girls.
you think you like something now, but it may change. Um, NYC or Boston? New York. Oh, hello,
I'm logging out.
New York City. New York
I
City.
mean,
All day, every day.
you know, you were the first person to take me to Boston, right?
I was.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. New York City.
Yeah,
Satin
of
or
course.
cotton sheets? Satin or
Cotton,
cotton
because
sheets?
satin stains, and yeah,
True.
I like Egyptian
Satin
cotton,
does stain. Satin does stain. It feels comfortable as F,
and
but it
you can
stains.
sweat.
That's true. And I sweat easy. I
Mm,
sometimes sweat, wake up
we
sweating in
do.
my sleep, depending. So yeah, cotton, yeah, a comfortable cotton because there's some rough cottons out there that are
Egyptian
disgusting too.
cotton.
And the last one, this put out on the first date or wait.
I can't answer this one. I gotta keep y'all in suspense.
With me, listen, I like to take the car ride for a test ride before I buy the car. So put out on the first date. I don't care. Judge me, whatever you want to say, but I'm taking a car on a test ride.
It
I'm not
depends.
committing to that car.
It depends on the vibe.
True, because I
It
may
depends
fall
on
in
the vibe.
love with talking to the car and everything we have in common before I take
You
it
might
on a
like how
test
it
ride.
drives. You might like how it like brakes.
Pumps
No, but
and
or you may not
jumps
like
over
how
the.
it wastes gas. I don't know. It depends.
True, true. I think I'll take that from you, but
Right.
I'll still stand by take the car on a test ride. All right, guys. Listen, thank you so much for tuning in. We kick it off June 1st, Pride Month, and just in general, a new month. Thank you guys so much. We urge you guys, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to our YouTube and also spread the word. Tell your people to check us out. Subscribe, give us a like, comment, a share. We are on YouTube mainly, so make sure you tell people about that. Our Instagram, right? Just like what you see right there, the Inner Circle Podcast spelled out. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. Exclusive content just on Instagram and YouTube. On Facebook as well. We are streaming the very next day on all streaming platforms from Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Apple. Make sure you catch us there. And let's end it with gratitude. We like to end the show in gratitude. So, Melanie, what's your end of the gratitude?
I'm grateful for your creative games.
But this wasn't actually last week.
That
The game
exposed.
was fun.
What was last? Oh yeah, last week's game was fun. But I
Unpopular
feel like
opinion.
this and that. Yeah.
If we see that show, if we see unpopular opinion on any other podcast, we know you bitches are watching and biting. I'm gonna say that again. No matter if you try to name it something else.
Mm.
I just play.
Mm.
My edited gratitude is I was able to do listen, just like I love bringing guests on here, I don't mind going on people's show either, you know. And We Family Son had me on their podcast for a special
Woo-hoo.
podcast to talk about. They do a Boy Meets World
Recap.
recap dissect, and I was able to join them to discuss on one of the episodes, one of the season 5 episode, the Scream episode, which is one of my favorite Boy Meets World episodes. So I was honored to join them for that, and it was a lot of fun. And again, I like to be sometimes on the other side of the things, not being the host and just sitting back and just being part of the panel. So I'm grateful for that, and look out, guys, because I'll be back hopefully on their show for Pride Month, from what I hear. So stay tuned for that. Your boy's gonna bring his rainbow over to the We Family Son podcast this month. So
Come on,
I'm grateful
RuPaul.
to them having me on. And yeah, we love you guys so much for your support, your continued support. We are on every Wednesday because we don't stop. We don't skip a beat. We don't take no season finales. We don't. We want to entertain you guys every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Catch us live. We'll see you next week. We love you guys. We are out.
Kisses to my bitches.